Right, I'm going to title this episode Data and Humans. So data and humans, right? Now, a lot of people think that data can replace humans and humans are better than data. And I'm going to tell you why you need both. Now, a customer report and a data report in the same realm is powerful. Because a customer report is showing you two people communicating what's happening, right? So let's just say a sales team is talking to a customer, right? And the customer gives the sales team gives the customer report to the owner, and it's like, oh, they're saying the price is too low, or they don't understand the processing, and they don't really understand the process of how they're going to make money. They don't understand why they would use ads and a sales team at the same time, which is Facebook ads is pretty much data, right? Return data through spending, Google as well, but it's still a human interaction. It's still human interaction, but it's through action. It's not through conversation, right? It's like a sales team is actually conversating with people. They're actually talking to people. So they're reporting to you back what the report is, what they're saying about your business, why they buying, why they like it, why they love it. So if you combine both, then you have a system that's so much more powerful than just using one. So you're saying, oh, I'm just use Facebook. Yeah, Facebook can give you, like we say, 30 to 500%. We changed it to 450%. So 30% or 450% on your first campaign, right? First campaign. So that's through Facebook. Your sales team is working for you through the human aspect. So you're generating sales through your sales team, and you're working with your Facebook team to increase your percentage. That way you have a snowball effect, right? So the sales team, let's say your sales team is making you like 20 grand a month. Let's say your sales team is making you 20 grand a month. And then, but your Facebook is at 30%. Now, that's based on your perspective. So if you're saying 30% is bad, you're like, oh, that's not enough. Yeah, because you're putting in $1,000. But if you got a sales team that can make you 100 grand a month, but you're at 30%, then you're like, okay, I'm making 100 grand through my sales team cap, but I'm making another 30 grand through Facebook through 30%. You see what I'm saying? But now let's say your sales team, let's say your Facebook optimized over 2 or 3 months. And you say, oh, my Facebook is now at 60% because it was just the first campaign. So now through the 100,000 through your sales team, you just went up to 60,000 a month from 30%. But now the sales team has you at 300%. So now you went from 100,000 a month through the sales team. Now your Facebook campaign is at 300%. So now you're at 300K. So you went from 30,000 through Facebook ads, through data, from 100,000, but your sales team was the snowball that pushed it forward. Instead of you saying, oh, I put in 1,000 and I made 1,300. They're not good. You see, it's a perspective. It's a perspective in that. You see what I'm saying? That's the power of having the sales and the data. If you just got the data, you had to scale up from 1,000. So you're taking, okay, let's say I want to start with 1,000. You're like, oh, now I got to do 1,300. I have to put the 1,300 in to make the other, whatever. It was 30% of 1,300, which is what, like 400 maybe? I don't know. 400, something like that. So now you have to take that 17 and do it. But you got the sales team. But even though you're going up 30%, now it's at 40% because you put the It's snowballing up to 30 and it's going up to 40. It's going up to 50%. Now it's going up to 60%. Now, that's going to take a lot of time over time, but you're still making money. But it'll go faster if you have a sales team that's selling for you. So now they're selling they're increasing your income so you can increase the percentage amount over time. So now you're snowballing. You just created a snowball effect with data and humans, right? With sales and data. So you just did both. You did both. That's the power of both. That's why, like on our descriptions, we say 30 to 500%, because you have to see the snowball effect. You can't see just 30%. You can't look at what you have now and be like, oh, I only have 10 grand. I'm only going to make 13,000. Like, that's not good. It's only 30%. That's nothing. But you don't see that a sales team might make you 40 grand a month. Now that you can add, now you have 50,000 to put into to make another 30,000 from 50,000. And it's going to go up because that was just your first campaign. So you're going to optimize for, let's just say we talk about ping pong tables. Your first campaign, you say, I don't want to target interest. I just want to target everybody. US, UK, people who play ping pong or just ping pong places. Just say US. And you're like, oh, I want to target people. And you're like, in the US. So we sell you 30% and you put in 10,000 and we say, okay, you made 33%. So you made that 3,300, right? And you're like, okay, now let's do the interest now. Let's target people who actually like ping pong now. So you take that same amount but you earned it, right? So you earned 33. So you earned 13,000. Well, you earned 3,000 from now you have 13,000 to put in. So this time you targeted interest and you said, okay, we had success in Texas, we had success in Ohio, and we had success in Pennsylvania and Florida. So you say, let's just remove the other states and we're going to do these states. So okay, now let's try the 13,000. Okay, now we just went up 80% now. But the sales team made 100,000. You see what I'm saying? But the sales team made you 100,000. But you just made 50% now. So now you can take the 100,000 and you can put it in the Facebook ads because you tested from the original 10. But that was just the data. The humans was working for you on the other end. You see, that's the power of data and humans, ads and sales. You have an ad team and a sales team, and you still have SEO working for you through Google. So you have a good keyword that people are searching for. So you're selling through search intent. So they're searching for ping pong tables on Google, and you have somebody selling ping pong tables for you on top of that. You see what I'm saying? That want ping pong tables. So you're taking that data that you had through Facebook and you're saying, okay, we're getting good results in Texas, in Pennsylvania, in California. And you're leveraging like, why though? Why? Because, oh, they actually outdoors. This. So now you can take that and you can send it to the sales team and they're going to be like, okay, let's try these guys. Now the sales team can give you that report and they're like, okay, that's working. Boom. Now you have a whole system. You see what I'm saying? Instead of just saying, oh, I'm just going to put 1,000 in Facebook. Then I'm going to put 10,000 here. And it's like, no, you're thinking to data. Like you can think too much data. You got to go back to human. Like, go back to human. Don't avoid the human. Then you increase this, then you have a snowball effect after that. Boom. Now you're working with data and you're working with the human aspect too, because you still need a customer report. And that's just boom. Now you have a snowball effect. based off of the ad percentage, because the sales team might be a little more volatile because you're working with people who's, you got people who get sick. You got computers might go down. It's different aspects of that. But Facebook is not going to go anywhere. Google is not going to go anywhere. So if you have that flat rate, then your sales team, you can build your sales team off of that rate, right? So you have the income coming in and you have a rate that you can create another income based on that backup rate through data, right? So you have the data that you can leverage, and then you can maneuver that data in different aspects. So you can take that data to Google, and you can take that data to Facebook, and you can take that data to the sales team. Let's say you want a new sales team. So now you have a new sales team, but you have the data to give them. So now you're a multiplier. You're multiplying what you are and what you have. So it's a bigger snowball. So now you're building a bigger snowball over time. You're not just saying, oh, I put in 10,000 and I only made 13,000. This service sucks. Or it's like, no. You have to think of it as a learning experience. You're an owner. You're not just a guy who's just, this is not blackjack. Like people, that's why I make these videos about the rapper effect and Shopify gurus and all these people, because they're showing you a number like we're playing poker or blackjack, or like this is business. This is not no poker. Like poker and gambling is not business. Gambling is a game. Like you can't game your way to knowing what people are searching online, or you can't game your way to designing a nice store and selling to people, knowing how to run a sales team, know how to run Facebook ads, no CTR, no CPA. Yeah, you can gamify it, but it's not a game. Like, you have to have skill at it. Like, you don't need skill to be a gambler. And even if you got skill, you still lose, right? You still can lose. That's why gambling is terrible. Because you're not building on something that you can leverage in other places. Because once you have no money, you don't have anything. You don't have nothing. So how can you can't teach somebody to gamble if you have no money? You see what I'm saying? You can't teach nobody to gamble if you don't have any money. That's why being a gambler is a terrible idea, because once you lose money, you have no skill set. So basically, what I was talking about, I was rambling. I think I'm gonna end this video. I forgot what I was talking about. So basically, I was talking about, don't see, running a Shopify store is a business. It's not gambling. Like, don't see it as, it's something about pay-per-click and Shopify and digital marketing. People see numbers and they feel like they can just throw in some money and it comes right out. That's not going to happen. You need the skill set. Now, when you develop the skill set, it's going to feel that way because you developed the skill. Like, I can talk like this because I was trying to sell online, like, since I was like 15 years old. So I failed for a decade almost. Well, no, 2 decades. So for 15 to 20 years, I was just failing and failing and failing. So it's nothing for me to talk like this because I've actually done this. I've failed over time. I'm not just somebody who's like, 2 million spent on Facebook.